Oh, hey, Captain Rex, what you doing? Well, waiting for the commander. Ooh, commander like Cobra Commander? No. Ah, that commander. Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and this is a review of the Star Wars Black Series, Clone Wars Ahsoka. Guys, I've been looking so forward to getting this figure, and at first it was looking like I wasn't going to get him because Walmart was totally out of Ahsoka's. They had no Ahsoka. They didn't have any of the figures from her entire wave. They didn't have any of the clones, any of the Mandalorians. So I was a little sad, but I managed to find some people selling them on eBay. And even then, the shipment was delayed because the people who were selling the Ahsokas, they get their Ahsokas from their Walmarts, and it's a long story. But it doesn't matter, because she's finally here, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this review. As usual, we're going to start off with the overall look. When it comes to this Ahsoka, it looks like they kind of went more for a Clone Wars-esque look. Kind of the same way with the Clone Wars Kamino clone trooper. You can kind of tell he looks a little different than the other action figures. In fact, even just comparing her to the Ahsoka that they made from Rebels, which for that action figure, it kind of looks like they went for more realism look for the figure, but that kind of doesn't look like that's the case with this Ahsoka. I'm not sure if that's what they were going for, or if it's just because this is a younger version of Ahsoka, so that's why the face sculpt looks the way it does. But still a very cool looking figure. I actually can't really tell if the color of her outfit is like some type of really dark blue or what. It kind of looks a little different when you put it under different lighting. But the overall outfit is pretty cool because it is the one that we saw her in season 7 of Clone Wars, which if you haven't watched it, go watch it right now. I don't even care if you pause my video and go watch it. Like, that's more important than this video, so go watch that right now. But if you have, then stay. But one thing that I thought was interesting about this Ahsoka is the her horns on top of her head, which just today I figured out what the name for those actually are. They're actually called, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm not saying it right, Montrals, something along those lines. Some type of hollow horn thing, which actually is like, gives them some kind of like echolocation ability. Like her alien race kind of has like a echolocation ability, and it's because of these horn things on top of her head, which I always thought that was kind of cool. But about those, I thought it was a little interesting because it looks like the coloring on her horns is kind of different from what we see later on, like with the Ahsoka we see in Rebels. Again, it might be because this one's younger or not, but I noticed it looks like the shade of white is a little bit duller on this figure, which I don't really mind too much. Still, it's cool, so that's just like a minor gripe, but I mean, that doesn't make me like the figure any less. So let's go ahead and move on to articulation. And pretty much her articulation is pretty decent. She has single jointed arms and double jointed legs. And her Montrals, or whatever they're called, I don't know if I would say it correctly, but they actually don't hinder articulation too much. They're not extremely flexible, so you know, it might be a little bit of a strain to make her turn her head left and right, but you can get it to turn, so that's pretty good. I feel like at least in the legs, I feel like this action figure might be a little bit more flexible than the Rebels one, but for the most part they both have the same kind of articulation, and it's pretty decent. Although I will say that her ankle pivot, I feel like it could be a little bit better, but the way that her boots are designed, it kind of makes it a little bit harder for you to pivot the ankle in certain ways, but other than that, articulation's pretty solid. And now for last but not least, her accessories. Ahsoka comes with 2 accessories, which is her 2 lightsabers, the lightsabers that Anakin gave her in Season 7 of Clone Wars. One thing that I like about these lightsabers is, unlike the Ahsoka and Rebels lightsabers, the lightsaber blades are not really thin. I don't really like thin lightsaber blades because they feel kind of fragile, like they could kind of, if you bend it wrong, it'll break. But the lightsaber blades for this Ahsoka, they're really thick and they're easy to pop in and out of these handles, so I really like that a lot. I actually couldn't remember which hand Ahsoka usually holds the short lightsaber in, or which one she holds the long lightsaber in. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some pictures because I might have it the wrong way around, but that's just a little thing, doesn't really matter all that much. I'm just really glad that I have this Ahsoka in my collection, and now I need some of those clone troopers that had like the special like Ahsoka like spray paint stuff on their helmets. I need at least 2 of those. And yeah, guys, I really need to try to find that whole wave. I mean, it cost me a pretty penny to get this Ahsoka off of eBay, but sadly I'm gonna have to probably do the same thing with all those other figures, because the one character, it was like that Mandalorian, that red Mandalorian with the Maul horns. He was actually in one of my wish lists, so I really need to get him. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, I'm really happy with this Ahsoka, and I'm glad that I have an Ahsoka from my prequel display. Well, guys, that's gonna end it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to follow me on my Instagram, as I'll stay updated whenever I have plans to make a video, as well as see exclusive photos that you do not see in any of my videos. Well, guys, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, and go to my channel to check out other videos. Catch you later.